what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy New Year to you and yours. It's D.Wise, and I'm back with another episode of OTV Live. This is the show for the independent creative. My name is D.Wise, and got my boy Standby Gypsy in the building tonight.
What's going on, D? Happy New Year to you, brother.
Oh, man, Happy New Year. We didn't do a show last week. I was recovering.
Were you sick or were you?
Nah, man.
Sick?
Yo, dude, no, I didn't even drink. It was just, I don't know. It was a bad. Overall, it was a pretty bad night.
Well, what did you do? Where did you go?
Okay, so I had a gig a New Year's wedding gig in Jersey. Now, first of all, when I get down there,
What part of Jersey?
it was about an hour away. An hour away from, about an hour away from my house in Yonkers.
Okay.
Probably about 45 minutes from the city.
Okay.
So I get down there, like I'm doing my wedding thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to tell you the company I was working for, but we were supposed to get off at 12:30. So I said, good, I can get back to the city. I could chill a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, turn up a little bit.
Yeah, turn up a little bit for the new year.
Of course.
Then they was like, nah, man, it's half an hour overtime. I was like, okay, 1 o'clock.
All right.
That's good.
That's reasonable, and I'm getting paid.
Yeah, and I'm getting paid. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I could travel back. You know what I'm saying? I could do my thing. I was like, cool. Then 1 o'clock rolls around. Then 1:30 passes.
Yeah.
And then like 1:45, and this dude hasn't paid me yet. And I'm like,
tapping your foot.
I'm like, bruh, like, can I just want to, now I'm an hour away from the city. Now, mind you, I didn't get into my car, which was brick ass cold,
Right,
until like 1:52 in the morning, which means I had to drive back another hour. By the time I got back anywhere uptown, like I got to this, like literally got on the bridge at like 2:37.
I feel like this year, because of the cold, people were like, all right, ball dropped, have a few drinks, I'm going home.
Right.
Because it was cold.
It was cold,
man. I was all the way out in Williamsburg, hanging out with our buddy Blue.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
And I had a similar situation where I was working my nighttime gig, and I was supposed to be off at like 9:30.
Right.
That didn't happen. And I actually got a bone to pick with your town, Yonkers.
What happened? Oh,
so,
boy. Here we go.
And this is very similar. How come at the end of the night, when you have to do something, that's when shit wants to come up, right?
Right.
So I have a little part-time gig. I'm working at my buddy's pizza shop. Shout out to Ricky LaBella's on Yonkers.
Okay, cool.
Central Avenue in Tuckahoe by Roosevelt. I went over, if you take Tuckahoe Road and make a right on, right there by Spring. And
sorry, bro.
It's all good. Anyway, there's a small street over there. I'm trying to make this last delivery, and it's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm thinking I'm going to leave at 9:30. I'm going back to the shop, and they're like, oh, you got one more delivery every time I go back. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll take it. I went over there, and you know how on one side of the street the houses are even, the other side is odd? Yo, why they have odd and even on both sides? And then they were like...
Wait, I'm confused.
Yeah,
Hold
exactly.
on.
You know,
what?
On any street in America... You go down the street, on one side the addresses, the numbers are all even.
Right.
And on the other side, they're all odd.
Right.
Exactly. On this particular street, it was mixed. Exactly. And then on top of that, it didn't have the number that I was looking for. So I'm going up and down.
In Queens? No,
Yonkers, fool.
He's in Queens?
It felt like Queens. So long story short, it took me about half an hour to make a 10-minute delivery, and I didn't leave Yonkers until 11 o'clock. So I got to our boy's house at 11:30. It was fine. Shout out to Blue. He made some banging ass food, some lasagna. He made some ill ass fucking jungle punch, and then we played. What's that game? Where you hold the phone up to your head and you got to guess.
Oh yeah, it's like charades, but
flip up or some shit like that.
Shit like that. Yeah.
But it was dope. So I had a great time. So anyway, that was my New Year's.
So it wasn't over yet.
How did you feel about Mariah Carey's performance?
I didn't get to see it.
Okay.
Well, I watched it after. First of all, you should be a consummate professional, no matter what you do.
I want some tea.
Right. She was like, "Oh, they didn't give me tea." Like, why are you telling that to the audience? Like, if you're a professional, go out there and sing. If you crack, you crack. But at the same time, you still gave a performance. Like, she missed a lot of cues. She was not singing to her vocal ability from what I could see. And she just went out there and she flubbed it.
My question is, because you know the business way better than I do, how does that work with her coming back because she did so poorly last time? Did they reach out to her?
I think they reached out to her. Like, they probably asked her already, can you come back? You know what I'm saying? Redeem yourself or whatever.
We'll do a better job.
Yeah.
We'll pay you double.
Did she?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like,
maybe.
Why would you run the risk? Why would you run the risk of?
There is no risk. She's supposed to be a professional. So my problem with Mariah Carey is, first of all, you can't sing with, you know, a goddamn bustier on. Like, you can't sing with a big ass
with your titties in your mouth.
Like, not even, yo, dude, to fit in those dresses, I know there's somebody with their foot in her back going, suck it in, Mariah, suck it. I know Jean Brion's going to kill me. That's her girl. But I know somebody's laying on top of her like, we're going to get you in this Javante dress. Right. Like, there's no need for you to come out with a diva dress on every time you sing. She could have came out there with a jean jacket on, with a freaking scarf
people would have
on.
Respected her if she
had a pair of jeans on, a pair of heels,
respected the weather,
right? And she would have went out there and bodied it. Then I would have been like, "Oh, Mariah Carey changed her look."
Honestly,
but she's on this diva. She's on this diva trip shit.
She could have went out there with Tim's and people wouldn't have cared.
She's worn Tim's before.
She did hang out with Wu-Tang at one point.
Well, I mean, "Old Dirty Bastard" was on her song, so I mean, I guess so.
It's not all he was on.
Yeah, he was on a lot of drugs.
Maybe even Mariah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. But yo, it's a new year. we got a lot of new content coming out. Yo, last year I thought was a great year for. I thought last year was a great year for film. I thought it was a great year for music. I thought it was a great year all around. I mean, with everything that's going on outside of the entertainment business.
Right.
I thought entertainment-wise, I thought it was a pretty good year.
Yeah, I thought Netflix obviously crushed it.
Yeah. I mean, with Dave Chappelle's...
Did you see the new one?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Saw them both, right?
Yeah, I saw them both. Okay. Yeah. Well, I like the fact that he gives you, two sides of the spectrum. One that feels like a real... special, and then one where he's just,
like you're in a hole in wall comedy club.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. He did that on the first one. Because, I mean, the first special that he did, it was, grandiose and big. And the second one is just him in Texas, shooting the shit.
Right. Smoke a cigarette.
Yeah. And now with this one, you have the bigger one, and then you have him at the Comedy Store in L.A.
Yeah.
So, it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, I have to say I related to that one particular joke when he said I was just rich enough to live around white people.
Right.
That was my life.
Pretty much.
Yeah. That was
like,
and I love how like the whole thing.
He said he went the first time he went over to his white friend's house.
Everything works at Timmy's house. He said, let me make a few calls. You have stovetop?
You got stovetop stuff, man? He was just like, I kicked the bitch in the pussy. Like, I was just like, what? Like, yo. Hilarious, man. Hilarious. Let's see what we got today. I'm actually going to be talking about my top five films of 2017. Then we're going to get into the top 10. Also, you also wanted to talk about that new Bruno Mars record.
Yeah, sure.
There's two records that I actually want to talk about.
Dope record.
Because I don't know what the hell is going on. Because Justin Timberlake released a new record.
Yeah, and it's trash.
You don't like it?
That's my personal.
That's your personal opinion.
The production. I mean, I'm a JT fan.
Okay.
I love I love that he's an avid golfer, such as myself. I'm a fan of. He's a bit of he's a throwback to the old school Renaissance man, like a Sammy Davis. The fact that he could sing, dance, act, do sport. He could do a lot of things really good. So I'm a fan of him as a person. But this new song, the production is trash.
Really? It's just garbage to you?
It's just a whole bunch of noise and him just singing on it. I don't know.
Yeah?
In my personal humble view.
In your personal,
that song is gonna make more than I make in my lifetime. So what the fuck am I? What am I really talking about?
What are you talking
what
about,
am I
bro?
Really talking about?
Well, first of all, I like Finesse before they changed it into that early 90s feel. I think when it comes to Bruno, I think Bruno said, listen, Cardi B is the hottest, hottest
Smart
artist.
marketing. Yeah, smart marketing.
Hottest artist out right now. So let's see if we can get her on this track. And they made it a throwback to, you're going to catch the attention of the young people. Anybody under the age of 20 probably doesn't even know. Anybody under the age of 25 doesn't really know In Living Color.
No, not like the way we know it, how we grew up
Right.
on it every
How we
Sunday
grew up
night
on
on
it.
Fox at 8 p.m.
Right.
Couldn't wait to watch it.
Exactly. So now you have a person that's in between, because what he's like mid-20s.
Who's this, Bruno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruno's like
I don't know how old
mid-20s.
is he.
Yeah, maybe. So Bruno is like, he was like, all right, we're going to do this throwback.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, let's see. And
He's 32.
he knocked it. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Good
he
genes.
grew up around all the time. You know what I'm saying? 80s baby,
Yeah.
So now he's giving you exactly what you want,
Yeah, no, the video is to me the highlight. The track is dope. Obviously with the In Living Color. Because when I first saw it on my timeline, I just saw the clip of them doing the rollers on the screen, the paint rollers on the screen. I was like, that looks like In Living Color. What is
Right.
this? And then I clicked
Exactly.
on the audio.
You clicked on it, and it was like,
And then I started really listening to even the production of the beat. And I was like, this even sounds like the soundtrack of In Living Color.
they took the hi-hat, the snare,
Right.
a couple of things.
And then when I saw them dancing on the roof, I was looking for SW1.
Shawn Wayne's was
Shawn Wayne. It took me years before I realized what that acronym, what SW, because I didn't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, all right. I was slow, but yeah. So
Okay.
whatever. So the fuck is that? Oh, that's my alarm on my phone. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. No, it's just an alarm.
He's setting it up, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I'm about to get robbed.
Stick 'em up. But I just thought it was one of the best executed video concepts in a long time. And I just felt like, they were able to grab the attention of our generation. And I feel that, there's a 90s trend. I mean, I see kids that are, 15 years old rocking the flat top. I seen a kid the other day, dude looked just like Tupac and Juice. Like, he looked like him in the facial features or whatever, but he had a high top fade.
Really?
I was like, yo, this is crazy.
It always comes around.
Always.
I mean, I was having a discussion, about the movie Dope, about those kids
That was a great movie. I like that
really
movie.
good. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Really good.
Shit. Yeah, I even thought about cutting my hair off and getting a hot top fade, and I was like, no, leave that in the past.
Yeah, I couldn't even do it anymore. I thought about. I mean, there was a pair. I was like, wait, I couldn't get a haircut. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just grow my shit out. And then I started to see the way my hairline is set up. I was like, I'm gonna look way too crazy for way too long. Let me go to the barbershop.
Yeah, let me go to the barbershop.
Let me rock the bowl.
All right, so we're gonna get into the top 10, my top 5 films that I saw this year.
Okay.
They're definitely gonna be, some talk. It's under the guest column in the Dropbox.
Okay.
Yeah, some people are gonna agree with me, some people are not. If you're out there, I know we've been going for a little while, so you're probably gonna watch this on repeat. So you can probably just send it to us through the OTV live page or whatever.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat. Put it in later, and we'll discuss it next week. But my number 5 pick is everything is labeled. My number 5 is actually Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Really? Man, you must not have watched the last few broadcasts on this network.
Yo, my dude.
folks have
Even our last episode.
That's right.
We talked about it. But number 5 is Star Wars: The Last Jedi. The reason why that I didn't put it higher on the list is
The fact that it's on the list.
well, the reason why I didn't put it on the list is because there is things about the film that I did not like.
But it's on the list, though.
It's on the list. As an overall film, it's definitely in my top 5. And it's last because...
There's a lot of people that would disagree with you.
Of course. I mean, that's their opinion. But you know what I'm saying? Listen, at the same time, their biggest argument is, Luke, he didn't pick up his lightsaber. He didn't really fight. He
threw it away. He threw away one of the most iconic pieces of Star Wars lore, like it was nothing.
But the whole thing is, does it really matter in the grand scheme of what you're trying to do? The Resistance, like, it's over. Like, the way you thought about the Resistance before is over. Like, we can't keep fighting the same way that we fought because we're going to keep on losing.
Right.
And we have to change that's the reason why I like the film, because it's like you have to change the conversation. Like, we have to change it.
I totally agree with you. It's not what they did, it was how they did it, the execution.
Okay.
I felt that they literally threw away. Like, you ever played that game, what was it, Paper Toss?
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It felt like they literally balled up the last, 30, 40 years in a piece of paper, balled up and just threw it in the trash can. It's like, yeah, fuck it. And I felt like the passing of the torch or passing of the lightsaber was completely dropped. I thought it was clunky, and I thought it was disrespectful to the canon and the history of the movie. I felt that, and again, I don't want to rehash what we already talked about.
Yeah, we already talked about it.
But I just felt that it was done poorly. I don't think anyone is arguing the fact that the old is over, but the transition, the baton toss over to the next generation was poorly done. I think that's the overall sentiment.
Okay. I mean, I respect it. I didn't see it that way. I looked at it from the other perspective, like, we're not doing it the same way that we did it before. And, in Empire Strikes Back, Obi-Wan got struck down. He did the same thing. He sacrificed himself in order for them to get on the ship to leave. You understand what I'm saying? It's pretty much the same thing, but told in a different way, which is something that I respect, because everybody said J.J. Abrams' The Force Awakens was a carbon copy of the first one. Now, when you get a totally different film than what you got in the last one, now it's still divisive. Like, people hated Force Awakens. Oh, it's a carbon copy. All right, we're going to give you a new look at Star Wars. We're going to tell it to you in a totally different manner, and you're still upset. That's.
I won't go back and forth because we can go back and forth about it.
All right. So my number four film of 2017 is Good Time.
I didn't see this one.
Good Time. Robert Pattinson plays a.
Patton or Pattinson?
Pattinson, the one that was the sparkly vampire in Twilight, the lead vampire.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Robert Pattinson plays a young grifter, if you want to say that.
Okay.
Named Constantine, so his name is Connie, and his brother, who is he's mentally challenged.
Okay.
He's deaf. He's partially deaf.
Okay. That's not mentally challenged, though, by the way.
Huh?
That's not mentally challenged.
No,
it's a
he
physical
is
handicap.
No, he's physically handicapped, but he's also mentally challenged.
Oh, okay. So
he's both.
Double dose.
But it's just a crazy night that happens in Queens, and it's just so dirty and so real. Like, parts of this film, you would watch and you'd be like, "Oh, it's a movie," and then parts of it you look at it like a documentary.
So it's like kids and hanging with the homeboys.
Nah, it's totally, dude.
Do you remember that movie, Hanging with the Homeboys?
Yeah.
Okay.
This movie is so far left. Like, you cannot predict where the hell this is going.
Oh, I really
there's people that come into the story for. It's like every person that comes into contact with this guy, their life is significantly worse after they meet him. Okay. Like, after you watch this film, you have to take a shower.
Sounds like some
like you feel dirty after you watch this film. It's really raw, like,
does it
case study. And the characters are like, you kind of want to root for them, but then again, you be like, yo, that's fucked up.
Kind of reminds me of Trainspotting.
Right, kind of like Trainspotting. Well, you know what? We'll get into that in a second. But you got to see Good Time.
All right,
like, I'm talking about bath salts, people going to the hospital, people getting hit by cars. There's underage sex. There's like it's a night of like debauchery. I went to see this film with Naya and her best friend Lisette, and we were sitting there and we were just like we were watching, you like, what can happen now?
Right.
Like, it's a good film, and I'm kind of upset that Robert Pattinson did not get nominated, because he's a tour de force in this film.
Gotcha.
Like, by the end of the movie, you just got to go, okay, I'm done. This is like, it was like roller coaster ride.
I like movies, like you said, at the end of it, you got to take a shower.
Yeah.
You got to decompress.
Right.
You got to talk to someone about it. You're like, yo, did you see that?
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
You need time to process it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So my number 3 movie. Number three is Wind River.
Okay.
All right. So Wind River is these are the 2 secondary Avengers. The one that plays Hawkeye and the one that plays Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
They're both in the film. I can't think of this guy's name, and I'm looking dead at his face, and I can't think of his name. So this, hold on, I'll get it up right now.
Taylor Sheridan?
No, Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen. So Jeremy Renner plays a wildlife preservist. Like he is on the land to make sure that
It's like I'm in Alaska or Canada or something.
Yeah, something like that. But he's far. He's in the mountain ranges of Native American reservation, Montana.
Okay.
So he's like a reservation officer.
Gotcha.
Out there, a girl is found frozen to death. Panties down, raped. Ooh. She's bleeding from her face, her mouth, and her it's brutal.
Yeah,
like she's been raped.
Right.
And whoever did that to her, she ran 6 miles in the snow.
Fuck, man.
And the air was so thin that she started to suffocate because her lungs started filled with blood.
Wow.
So she started throwing up blood.
Yeah.
She got 6 miles from wherever she was out. Like she was trying to run back home and get somebody. Mm-hmm. So now when you live on a reservation, it's not regulated by, federal, state law.
Government agencies or
right.
Like
It's done in-house.
Yeah.
So they send out a FBI agent, Elizabeth Olsen.
Okay.
And she comes out from D.C. or whatever, and she flies to Montana and tries to solve what is going on. You will not predict.
Let me guess. Jeremy Renner did it.
No, dude.
He's on the poster. He has to do it.
This movie.
There's no other characters.
This movie had me.
It sounds good.
Stuck.
Like I want to know who did it.
Right.
I want to know who did it.
Jeremy. The kick is Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner's daughter, who's half Native American.
In the movie.
In the movie.
Okay.
She was also raped and killed, and they never found her killer.
Yeah, he has a personal vendetta.
Right, he's got a personal vendetta to find out what happened.
He got some PTSD when he saw the crime scene.
Right,
like I gotta figure this out.
You got to figure this out.
All right.
And to be honest with you, the payoff is so satisfying. I haven't seen a film with a payoff where I was just like, okay,
yep,
all right. I haven't seen a payoff like that as good since Warrior.
I was gonna say Django.
Okay.
For me,
all right.
That or Count of Monte Cristo.
Ooh,
right.
I remember that one.
Yeah, that's one of the best revenge movies of all time.
Yeah, Wind River was great. Yeah. All right, so my second one, my second movie that I saw last year was Logan.
You know what? I fucked up. I still haven't seen that.
Ooh,
I fucked up. I know.
Bruh.
I know.
Bruh.
I know.
You gotta see that film, man.
I will.
You gotta see it.
I will. I decided. Oh,
Pamela's here. Hey, Pamela, what's going on, baby?
What up, Pam?
We talking about Anthony O'Connor's in the building. Thank you, brother. Damn, it's hard not to talk about Logan. I feel like this was the best swan song for Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
Like I said in my review of The Wolverine that came out in 2013, I said it's a good movie, but there's something missing.
Okay. This was that missing.
This is what was missing.
Gotcha.
With the last Wolverine, it was PG-13. You really didn't get the violence and I felt the Silver Samurai, they did him pretty wrong.
Okay.
It wasn't Silver Samurai is not the guy in a mechanical suit made of adamantium. That's not who the Silver Samurai is. But yeah, man, I thought that this one gave me everything that I wanted. It gave me a Logan that was not at the top of his game, because every time you see Logan, every time you see Wolverine, he's always this, hulking big.
Yeah, he's the alpha male, always.
Always. This movie, he's using his mind instead of his physical.
So he's even using his animal instincts more than his physical prowess.
Well, first of all, his healing factor is damn near depleted. That's A.
Oh, wow. So he's got to be careful.
Right. That's one. Number two is he's taking care of Professor X, who is suffering from seizures. And when he has a seizure, pretty much the world, like wherever, if he's in a 20-mile radius, the world stops. Because he's still that. Professor X is that powerful in this universe.
Right.
But when his mind is not be able to control, everything around him stops. So Patrick Stewart is amazing as Professor X. He has never been better in this role.
Wow.
He's old. You know what I'm saying? He's old, crotchety, old. There's so many F-bombs in this film.
Really? Professor X is cursing?
Yo, dude, it was crazy.
The teacher is cursing.
The girl that played X-23, she was phenomenal, and to have his swan song be like this, it was done right.
All right, fair enough.
Let me get into some honorable mentions. First one, my honorable mention is Thor Ragnarok.
I heard that was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't a big fan of. I think Thor is the stepchild
as a character.
Yeah, I think he's the stepchild. Like Thor, the first one was good. It was all right. The second one sucked.
Yeah.
This one, it's a buddy cop movie between him.
I heard it's hilarious.
Yeah,
It's funny.
Yeah. Well, Taika Waititi is an independent filmmaker that came and breathed new air into this. I don't know if you can call the Thor movies
cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah, the Dark World was just horrible, but this one, it gave me everything. You had Matt Damon doing a. He had a couple of scenes in the movie. He just popped up. There's a couple of other things. I was just like, okay. I was like, all right. When I went in there, I wasn't expecting anything, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
Another honorable mention was Trainspotting 2. T2 Trainspotting.
I'm a huge fan of Trainspotting, and I'm not a fan of doing a sequel. 20
years later.
Yeah,
but
I gave it. I'll be honest. I didn't watch it all the way through, but the parts I did see it was better than I thought.
Right.
But I couldn't get through it.
You couldn't get through it?
I couldn't get through it.
Really?
I couldn't get through it.
Did you get to the scene, the Choose Life scene? Did you? Oh man, you got to sit down and just watch the film.
All right, I'll smoke a blunt and I'll watch it.
Yeah. You got to smoke a blunt because I thought the same thing. I was like, nah. 20 years later, but everybody you wanted to see come back, and everybody has evolved as a person.
Random tangent. What movie are you glad? And it's probably a lot, but what movie are you glad they did not make a sequel of? That you could see them try and maybe make a sequel to.
I'm glad there wasn't a Zombieland sequel as of yet. I think they're gonna do it, but I think it's enough time has passed now that you can come up with a good concept.
Glad they didn't. Not that he ever would, but a Pulp Fiction too.
Well, they were supposed to do that. It's supposed to be called the Vega Brothers.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a prequel. It's supposed to be John. What was it? John Marsden? No, not John Marsden. James Marsden.
Okay.
I think is this guy's name. Well, the one that cut the guy's ear off in Reservoir Dogs.
Oh yeah.
Those are brothers.
I see.
John Travolta and him are brothers.
Gotcha.
So they were supposed to do that, but I think, Quentin is doing Star Trek.
Is he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's directing the next Star Trek movie.
Wow.
And it's going to be rated R.
Wow.
So
that's going to be good.
Right. There's another movie that they didn't make a sequel to. Ooh. I mean, most of the stuff that's a standalone film that you go.
Yeah, that you could almost, not to make it too convoluted, but almost the way you could see them do a sequel. But you're like, damn, I'm glad they didn't make that shit a fucking sequel because it's a classic. I'm trying to think of
something in the last like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Where, I thought it was great. They were going to do a sequel to Tropic Thunder. I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah.
I think that stands alone.
Let me ask you, what's your personal opinion? Why don't you think? And I found it hilarious, just to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you think Robert Downey didn't get backlash for being in blackface in that movie?
Because it was a comedy. If it was a drama, I think it would have been some backlash.
Okay.
And I felt that there wasn't a backlash because, comedians that were in a movie. I think the black community was represented by the young black kid in
there's
the
balance.
film.
He took shit.
Right.
He gave him shit.
Right.
Okay.
He was just like, dude, you taking roles away from actual black actors. Like, you don't need, like, what are you doing? Like, there was, that's why I give much respect to the script. Mm-hmm. Whoever the screenwriter was of the film was just like, all right, we got Robert Downey Jr., a multi-million-dollar actor.
Right.
With brown makeup on his face,
right,
acting like a black dude, right, with the lip. Yo, like when I went to see it, when I went to see it, I was just like, all right, what kind of shit? I was like, I hope they don't make it. I hope they don't make it like he's
a fool.
Yeah, like don't do that.
Yeah,
like they made it comical. You know what I mean?
I went to, not to go too far, but I went to the movie with my boy. And he's a militant, like, you know what I mean. He could be characterized as a black militant. The whole time we cried laughing,
And shout out to what's this dude's name? Jeez, man, the one that played Les Grossman in the film.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
he murdered,
killed it. I will literally fucking eat your own face or whatever the hell he said.
Yo, he was on some old neck shit.
He was on fire.
He was. I to be perfectly honest with you, I was just like,
yeah. And Downey got nominated for
an
Oscar for that first time ever.
No, I think he got nominated for a Golden Globe. I don't think the Oscars gave it to him.
Okay,
we can check it.
All right, I'll check it. But anyway, let's move
on. Yeah. So, my number one this year, and I actually just watched it earlier today, is The Shape of Water.
Tell me about it, man.
Guillermo del Toro's The Shape of Water.
Sorry about that.
No. Actually, I got to do something myself.
We're sitting here on our phones.
No.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but we're distracted.
We're distracted.
So wait, I saw the trailer for that and immediately thought, and I'm a fan of the classic.
Can we put the trailer up? Oh no, we can't do that.
No. This is a good show. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Was A Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Kind of. Like it's a old. It looks like The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Mm-hmm. A little bit more modernized.
Okay.
There's a young woman who works she's a cleaning lady.
Okay.
Not Viola Davis. Who's the other lady? She won an Oscar for The Help.
Oh yeah, and she was in. I was gonna say Extraordinary Negroes, which is actually a podcast. This is my friend's podcast.
The Extraordinary Negroes.
Yeah. You should check it out.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's probably the blackest thing on the internet. But
Octavia Spencer.
Yeah, the NASA movie.
Oh yeah. Oh geez.
Hidden Figures.
Yeah, Hidden Figures, which I thought was a great film last year. Well, 2016. So Guillermo del Toro's. It's about there's a young lady named Eliza.
Okay.
And she's working at a factory, like not a factory, like
it's like some type of plant.
Yeah. No, it's like a science.
Laboratory.
It's like a laboratory.
It's a laboratory. Yeah.
So she has to come in and clean or whatever, things of that nature. Her and Octavia Spencer are friends.
Okay.
Eliza is mute. She can't speak.
Yep.
She has, 3 scars. Like, she's been through something.
Right, something happened.
Something happened to her. And she's got scars on her body. And she builds a friendship with this creature that lives in there. Now the bad guy who's
Clearly, she's not
Strickland,
getting laid because she's reaching out to creatures and shit.
Well, I mean, she's a lonely person. Like, there's so much nakedness and masturbation in this movie. I was just like,
Wait, what?
yo, my dude, this movie is so left. Like, I was just like, huh. It's like this.
What is a monster diddling her in the water or something?
Dude, I'm not even
Spoiler alert.
Yo, if you gotta see, this movie
There's lagoon kink in this shit.
this movie is very weird. But by the end of the film,
Yeah.
your heart goes out to this young lady and what happened to her, and you know what I'm saying? Like, by the end of the movie, I was just like, okay, I'm satisfied. Like, this is exactly. And Michael Shannon playing Strickland is like,
Is this based on a book or?
Yeah, I think it's based on a book or something like that. But Michael Shannon playing this guy named Strickland, he is complete. Like, I thought, I've seen him play bad guys before because he was Zod in Man of Steel.
Yeah, he was great as Zod.
Right.
Yeah.
He is a fucking asshole in this film.
He's got the face.
Not even that. He's evil. He's just evil incarnate in this film. Yeah. And
he's at 1950s.
It's a love.
Because what does it tell you? Where does it take place? Is it in the South?
It's 60s. It's 1962.
Do we know what state we're in?
I'm not sure. Probably down south or something like that. It's playing now. Go see this film.
Okay.
Like, have you ever seen? Guillermo directed Hellboy.
I never saw Hellboy.
Okay. Have you ever seen? He directed a film called Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw it like once years ago. Yeah.
But did you see how it was in Spanish, but you really couldn't? Like, it was all in Spanish, but you still can see the monster with the eyes. He's got his eyes in his hands, and he's like this. Like, it was visually stunning. This movie is a step up.
Wow.
From Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay.
Like, when you look at the creature, you're like, Jesus. Like, it's not CG.
Yeah.
Like, it's CG and practical effects.
It's like Yoda.
No, this thing looks way better than Yoda better than The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh, also, you know what? I was toiling whether or not I was going to put this at number 5 or number. I was going to take The Last Jedi out. There's another film I got to give an honorable mention to.
Okay.
It's 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
That's the name of the movie.
Yes.
Never heard of it.
Yo.
Yeah.
Frances McDormand.
Okay.
She won the Academy Award for Fargo years ago.
Oh, her. Yeah.
Dude, she's a fucking badass in this movie.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, I got to see the I, Tonya movie.
Oh, dude, I haven't got to see that yet. I'm going to watch it. I'm
My roommate saw it and said it was amazing. The woman who plays Tanya's mother.
Oh, yeah. Allison Janney.
Yeah.
She won.
Yeah. Oh,
she won. Yeah. Yo, 3 Billboards. Like, if you want to see a character study, okay. So 3 Billboards is about a woman, and it's still playing right now. So please go see this movie. It's about a young woman. After 7 months, her daughter was raped and set on fire outside of town.
Wait, you said after 7 months?
After 7 months, her daughter was raped.
It was a baby.
No, she's a teenager.
Okay.
Her daughter was raped and set on fire and left to burn out on the side of a road.
Is this a true story?
I don't think so, but it was damn near like I was like, somebody needs to do something.
Right, no, because I'm thinking of the Oprah speech.
Right.
And she's talking about the woman.
Right. So this woman says, I'm going to take $5,000 and the 3 billboards outside of the town.
Okay.
The first one is.
Oh, yes, I saw the trailer.
Right.
Yes.
The first one is just like, after 7 months, why haven't, and the second one says she was raped while dying.
Right.
What's wrong? What's happening, Chief? And the Chief is played by, oh my gosh, Woody Harrelson.
Yes, okay.
And he has terminal cancer.
Wow. So he's going through it too.
Right. And, the reporters are reporting outside of the billboards, and, people from the town are like, you really should take that down. But who really Frances McDormand is amazing in the movie, but who really steals it is Sam Rockwell.
Who's Sam Rockwell?
Sam Rockwell was in what was that movie? Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Remember, he was playing the guy who hosted the game shows back in the 70s, and he said he was a spy. You know who Sam Rockwell is?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yo,
He was in
he stole
Hitchhiker's Guide.
right.
Yeah.
He stole this movie.
Wow.
Whenever he was on, and the two of them together, dude. And the ending is so vague, but I was still satisfied.
Okay.
Right. Like at the end of the movie, I was like, okay, all right, fuck it. Like, yo, that's how I felt. But yo, you know what? After I watch these films a little bit, I think Three Billboards might jump up to my top 5,
All right.
and I might take.
It's interesting that your movie picks, most of these came out in the past few months or so.
Yeah, I know. Well, except for Logan, that came out.
Logan.
That came out in March. That came out March 3rd.
And when did Good Time come out?
I think Good Time came out earlier this year, but it didn't get any.
I was gonna say I don't remember the trailers. I don't remember.
It's a very small scale. Yo, one of the things about the movie is anybody that plays outside of the main characters, you really think like the cops that they got in the movie look like real cops.
Gotcha.
They operate and they draw their guns there's scenes inside of what's the lockup out? The island.
Rikers.
There's scenes shot in Rikers.
Gotcha.
Like it looks like a
So
documentary.
the only known actors is the main character.
Shit, not even. To be perfectly honest with you, there's a little black girl in this movie. She's about 14 to 15. She's really good. The Somalian actor from
The Boat movie.
the boat movie, he's in it.
Look at me, I'm your captain.
Right, he's in it. He's got a small part. There's another dude who is like a secondary character, but this guy is a real heroin addict, like in real life.
Wow.
Like, but he played like I was
Talk
just
about method acting.
dude. Like, yo, you know what he reminded me of? He reminded me of Samuel L. Jackson in Jungle Fever.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I was about to say New Jack City, but yeah, Jungle Fever.
He reminded me of that. Like he was just coming off like the crack epidemic, smoking crack. Like they put him in a movie. Like you can see,
Right.
like you look at this dude.
See it in his face.
I was looking at this dude like, yo, this guy's he's finished.
And he wasn't pulling a machinist job. He wasn't.
Nah,
Christian
bro,
Bale.
nah. He was pretty much. You can't even see his face. He's so effed up. Wow. Like he goes through like his monologue is him telling you what happened to him, and he got broken out of the intensive care unit. Like his eye socket is broken. Like dude, it's the dirtiest of the dirty. It's the dirtiest of the dirty. It's the dirtiest of the dirty. All right, let's do these before we run out of time. Let's do these top billboards. We're not gonna put up the.
Okay, we're doing independent albums right now?
Yeah, we're doing the independent albums right now, and and it's not.
I gotta
really,
run downstairs real quick.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so at number 10, this week is Metallica. Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Number 9. Oh, Anthony O'Connor, Matt Damon, Goonies. Yeah, they're talking about they're gonna do a Goonies sequel. I don't think they should. Number 9 is Asking Alexandria. Number 8 this week is the Lumineers with Cleopatra. Pretty much all these albums we already discussed earlier 2017. Excuse me. Macklemore, Gemini is number 7 this week. Alabama has a American Christmas album. Anybody know Alabama? Alabama has been out for years. My mom used to listen to Alabama. Kelsey Ballerini, Unapologetically, last week was number 6, now number 5. Kid Rock, Sweet Southern Sugar is number 4 this week. NF is back in the top 10 at number 3 with Perception. It's a rap artist. I really like one of his songs they've been playing on. They've been playing him on pop stations, but he should get some love on other stations as well. Number 2 this week is A Decade of Destruction by Five Finger Death Punch. And number one this week, last week was number one, the Anthology Part 1, the first 5 years, Garth Brooks. See, when I say again, to all my independent people out there, dude, keep your masters. Pretty much, keep your masters. Like, if you don't have them, find a way to acquire your masters back. So, yeah, man, Garth Brooks, the Anthology Part 1. I'm waiting for my boy to get back. We're going to talk about the albums that came out this year, if you got to listen to any. I'm going to turn it over to my boy Gypsy real quick.
What's good?
Tell me about the albums that you listened to for 2017.
That's a good question. What the hell did I listen to? I almost have to look at one of my streaming music services. Most recently, Eminem.
Okay.
Which I liked.
You liked it? It grew on you, okay.
There's actually a remix out right now for Chloroseptic with 2 Chainz and Fresher that I'm feeling.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think M's back. I'm excited for Governor's Ball, side tangent.
Okay, so are you going?
I would like to. If they start selling individual tickets, I'm not dropping $400 for a 3-day pass. I'm just not going to do that. What did I like this year? Obviously, Jay-Z, 444. That probably was my number one pick for the year.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked
Kendrick, SZA.
Yeah, Kendrick, right.
Kendrick dropped an album.
Damn, came out this year.
Was it 2017? I thought it was 2016.
That was last year, 17.
Oh, was it? All right. So Damn is definitely 444 was one of them. Mm-hmm. Friday on Elm Street. Jadakiss and Fabulous.
Yo, this is one verse or line that Fabulous dropped. I can't even repeat it. Like it's like I physically don't even know. I got to listen to it again because I'm like, yo, how did you put those words together? Like, yo, he's sick. He's sick. His wordplay is sick. Kind of a random pick. Sharon Jones' album came out, Soul of a Woman.
Right.
Love that album.
Okay.
Jadena had dropped Boomerang. I was feeling that. Big Boy, Boomerverse.
Boomerverse, one of my top picks for 2017. I thought Boomerverse was amazing. Mm-hmm. Chocolate's my song, Chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Freddie Gibbs dropped a dope album this year.
There was a R&B artist that dropped the album, and it's like the building is slanted and somebody's trying to run up it. I forgot it.
Okay.
Let me see. I gotta check my. I have to check my title.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's some other stuff. Random rapper J.I.D. He had an album called The Never Story out of Atlanta. He sounds like Wayne, but his wordplay is like an East Coast rapper. He's dope. He's dope. J.I.D. is his name. Did Joey Badass album? Was that album?
Yeah. Joey Badass was last year too.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm not the biggest Migos fan, but their album came out. It was pretty dope, I guess.
Rotimi had an album. I was like,
yeah, I think that's what I got for 2017.
Yeah, there was I forgot this guy's name. I listened to his album like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
and it was dope.
Yeah. Oh, Gary Clark Jr. came out with a live album, which I loved.
Okay.
I liked it because his live. He's one of those artists that's way better live. Love his music. But his studio albums are just kind of boring in comparison. I've seen his live show about 6 times now.
Really?
And
did you see him when he came to Portchester?
Absolutely.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I've seen him Terminal 5. I saw him Capitol Theater. I saw him at Queens at Forest Hill Stadium. Mm-hmm. I went to New Orleans.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Oh, before you go, Q Mike Slim Duran, 112's new album.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Fire.
That's right. Oh, Chris Brown. I liked it. 45
tracks is a lot, man. It was a lot for me to take in. Like, I didn't feel that everything.
You don't have the stamina, bro?
I definitely
you don't have
didn't.
The stamina, bro?
I didn't have the stamina for that album. Like, I was like, Lettucey's new album dropped. I thought that was dope. And I'm trying to find this guy's album. I'm trying to find this dude's album. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name, but his name is like Plummer or something like.
Plummer.
Or RLUMR. It's like I don't
music?
know. Yeah, he's dope. It's just hard to,
You know-
SZA's album is dope.
You know what album is not on mine?
What is it?
Metallica, Hardwired to Self-Destruct.
To be perfectly honest with you, man, that album is pretty dope.
No, I'm sure it was. Mastodon had an album I liked this year.
Oh man,
Random as hell. I'm not even necessarily. I just had, and this is the power of title. I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get into it.
Right.
And I got into it. I was like, yo, this shit is fucking balls to the wall, like.
Yo, dude,
I was like,
it was
but it had
crazy.
like, whatever.
How did you like that Jadena? Was it an
like
EP?
Yeah, it was like an EP. He had a remix to Bambi on it. I liked it.
Right.
The song Boomerang is fire. Like, yeah, I liked it. I'm a fan of his.
I thought Childish Gambino was okay.
Yeah.
Solange's album was dope.
Solange's album was dope.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Keep on trying to find this kid's album. I can't find it. Anyway, it is what it is.
Yep.
You know, I forgot Usher came out with an album.
I forgot Usher, period.
Well, Usher had a rough year, especially with all that herpes.
Yeah, that's right.
Herpes
Got
situation.
the bum lip.
You trying to give him a bum.
All right, is that about it, bro?
Yeah, that's about it, man.
All right.
Tonight's episode was brought to you by Koi Creative Space. Go to koicreativespace.com and go take a little tour of co-working space. That's what they call it.
I'll be there at the end of the month for a Bitcoin class.
Oh,
or
really?
Seminar.
Well, you're going to go for the Bitcoin?
I'm gonna do my homework.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the best thing for you to do, honestly.
Not
I
throwing
mean,
my
we
money
missed
at
it. We
nothing.
missed it.
I mean,
No, we did miss it because, first of all, if we watched Dope, what were they getting paid in?
oh wow, I forgot about that.
Dope came out, what, 2 years ago? Yeah,
You
bro.
should be watching movies, man. Damn.
Well, even before that, I knew about Bitcoin because,
Oh, Silk Road.
no. There was a chick that I knew that was, she wasn't having sex on camera.
Yeah.
But she
got-
do cam girl stuff,
Yeah.
playing with herself or whatever.
Right.
She was getting paid in Bitcoins, and this was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, but you didn't have the foresight to invest in Bitcoin. did
Yeah,
you?
but the whole thing was that she's got paid in Bitcoin. I haven't kept in contact with her in the last like 3
That bitch
years.
is rich.
Right, probably so.
She ain't fucking with no one right now.
To be perfectly honest with you, that's
Yo,
Bitcoin.
she got paid in Bitcoin 5 years ago?
Yeah. Like that was the currency. It was an online currency because, okay, if you bought Bitcoin, there wasn't really no place to what's the word I'm looking for? You can't track Bitcoin back if you just bought Bitcoin online.
Okay.
You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So it was a currency for the undercurrent.
Yeah. Right.
It was
the dark web. The deep
right,
web, yeah.
right. The dark side of the web. You wanted to watch a cam girl. You wanted to,
Yeah,
it's
buy
a
a pound
crypto.
of cocaine.
Right. It was a cryptocurrency that you watch porn with.
Right.
And you gave girls tips.
Yep.
And even that little clinky coin sound, that's what it was. It was Bitcoins that they were paying people in.
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week. We're going to have a guest, I think. I know. And we also got to get our intern back because we made him listen to Doggy Style.
He hasn't. He's fucked up ever since then.
Yeah,
He's probably
yeah.
still jerking off to it.
Oh,
To the art cover, anyway. I know I was. It's like, I want to smoke weed and fuck chicks
and
with big
drinks
butts.
and all that.
You
Yeah,
wanna drink
man.
a 40.
So, yeah, man. So, until next week, ladies and gentlemen, keep it indie, baby. Check you later.